Last week, 46 contestants came to Winnipeg thinking it was a singing contest, but instead we tested their acting ability. And Fontana North's Avi Diamond dropped by as a special guest judge for their original song. Now, only a small group remain. Here are your top 5, still with a chance of becoming the next urban star.
Feels great.
Weight off our shoulder.
Speechless.
Yeah. So how did it all feel this week for you anyways?
It was good because we were organized and we were ready and we kept practicing. So we were just waiting to actually just show you guys our talent.
We did the acting and all that stuff. So
What did you think of the acting?
it's something out of our element. We don't really do it, but when it comes to music, I guess you could say we're acting as well. So it was good. You know, we just pretended like we were on stage doing music, right?
Yeah. He say my love is the only thing he wants from me. Give me anything I want, like a sugar daddy. Dancing in the club with the moves that I can't forget.
Lucky hat, Bernard.
Super lucky hat. I didn't think I was gonna get this far.
What was it like when you heard your name called?
It was just a surreal moment. I was like, I just couldn't believe it. Like, there's so many talented people in the top 15. And just to be one of the ones picked to be top 5 is a huge honor.
Treat me nice, I can take you for a ride.
Yo, listen up, I got these words spinning in my gut. Thoughts of who I ought to be, game for giving up, and it sucks.
I was not expecting this at all.
No?
Well, I mean, I didn't really know what this contest was looking for, I guess, so I just kind of came here and did, my style is pretty, I guess unique, so I don't know, I just came to my thing and I guess, it worked, yeah. So.
Break to our knees and we pray for something different, pray that you yourself could change. Looking in the mirror, but you see a different face.
I just wanna breathe you, and I don't wanna leave your love.
I was so shocked because there's so much talent and I don't know what they're looking for. I know that there's a lot of, it's urban star, but it's there's so many different uniqueness to everybody, and I was just I didn't know what to expect, and I was just oh my gosh, my heart was still even after, I actually got nervous after I was told. I was oh my gosh, is this real? So it's really cool.
Things right. You can tell me all the things to push me away.
I said the way it works is you fall apart.
Yeah, to say that from today and yesterday, all I was saying is every single person in here, I could have seen any 5 people up there, and I would have accepted it because I'm surrounded. I go to school for music, so I see talented people every single day, every single day. But I never see people who are this passionate about performing, and I honestly was just I went up there. When everyone asked me how'd you do, I was I did. I just went up there and I did what I do, and if they like it, then they like it. And if they don't, then they don't.
She dances in the rain.
Really try to impress us. They wanna get with you, baby. I'm gonna have me a real good time. Gotta be me, gotta be ready to love me. Gotta be me, gotta be ready to love me. Gotta be me, gotta be ready to love me. Gotta be me, gotta be ready to love me.
This is Precursor Productions, a cutting-edge Winnipeg recording studio specializing in audio post-production, and home this week for our contestants. All right. Yeah. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Precursor Productions, and congratulations. You are the final 5. one step closer to becoming the next urban star. This week, yes, you are going to record a song, but there is a twist. So to help me explain this new twist, I'm going to call upon my friend Andrew Yankiewski. He is the owner of Precursor Productions. And Andrew, let's tell these people what they have to do this week.
All right. Well, Precursor Productions is a pro audio recording facility. We teach audio production and we do audio production. We do audio for games, for television and film. We do interactive media, and most importantly for you guys, we do audio and professional music. So we do recording, mixing, and mastering. And today, each of you will be paired with a professional producer, and you'll be producing a remix of a song. But the catch is, we're going to take you out of your comfort zone. This song will be in a genre that you're not necessarily familiar with.
Get ready to feel uncomfortable. Get ready to work hard. Now let's meet your producers. We're going to call upon Honey. Honey, meet your producer, Steve Hooney.
Hey, honey. Hi. Nice to meet you.
All right. Next up, let's call up Entourage. You are going to meet up with Dave Rad and Bijan. You are going to work with Joe Silva and Bernard. Bernard, meet Famine. Come on out, Famine.
Hey, Famine.
And last but not least, Mr. Call and Response. Meet Megan. Come on out, Megan. Megan Graham. I think you did a fine job of pairing up everybody. Andrew, what do you think?
I think it should be interesting.
Very, very interesting. A very long night. So, go to work.
Let's get down to business.
All right.
After the break, the producers reveal their original songs with some mixed emotions.
People are messing with me. I thought someone was going to say, okay, you just got punked.
Come on, man.
Just do it. No one's watching. Do the right thing. Pass it on. Good job.
He seems like a nice guy. He knows his stuff really well. Like once I first met him, like initially I was just like, okay, whatever, sure. But talking to him upstairs, I mean, he, whipped the guitar out and started playing. I was blown away. He's super, super, super good. He's going to school for it, I hear, so that's what he's kind of saying. So, yeah, he knows his stuff, and he seems to have, like, a good stage presence or good, like, confidence. So, yeah, I think personally, even if he didn't make it in the show, I think he could still go far.
Okay, you ready to listen to some tracks?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, up first we've got Megan's song, so let's check it out.
And you don't know which way you can turn.
First thing I thought was they gave me the cute producer. Decent.
That's right there. I see it.
Everyone else's song, there was a lot of space, Whereas my song was already a song. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know Entourages, they had like the chorus thing laid out, and there's like very clearly verse chorus, and they could put the thing in and stuff like that. However, they're rappers anyway, so that's a more along their alley to be putting stuff in there.
But try. If the chains of hell were my belief. I should've known that it dragged me down.
There's girls' vocals in the recording, so I decided to use those as an advantage and kind of do a duet type of thing. So instead of just me singing all of her lyrics, it's gonna be a call and response, right?
Should I?
Let me just hear it one more time.
It's a new dawn, still tired and bored from the night before.
There's only one thing about the song that I didn't like, and that was the rhythm of the guitar in the chorus. It wasn't bad. It just, like, for me, it was kind of more typical sounding. Like, when you first heard the song, you're like, wow, this is a beautiful sounding song. And then it was like a crescendo into the chorus, which was more intense, but it just wasn't like exciting, you know? It was just like a regular strumming pattern you would hear, like typical strumming pattern. So the first thing I said to Megan was, I was like, I'm 100% like playing the guitar in the chorus. So, yeah, right there, yeah.
Okay. From the night before, I don't mean it all to be
Do you want to have it like as a fade out, or you want to just have it cut? Because it might sound weird if it's just cut.
It's really nice to be working with somebody who's, I think the main thing as well is instrument, like that type of music, right? Because I know I work a lot with real, like, live instruments. I'm not saying that other instruments aren't real, but I mean, like, not electronic instruments, right? And some of the other producers work a lot with that stuff, and it sounds awesome. But it's really nice to be working with somebody who is on the same level, like, in that aspect.
We've got so much in common, child, we both don't know.
The focusing will be on what they're going to come up with vocally, and they were writing hook lines right away, and they had their lyrics like. And while I was rendering down an instrumental version for them to take, you know, I could hear it they're saying and everything. I'm like, this is really good.
Okay, so up next we have Dave Rad's Give It Me Champion.
We playing for the people, champion, renegade sound of your life. We playing for the people, champion, renegade sound of your life. We playing for the people, champion, renegade sound of your life. We playing for the people, champion.
You know, it's Primo, Entourage.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
All right, let's take you back to last night. How was it, Quota?
Oh, it was fantastic. We had an excellent time, you know, getting to know the producer and the song. We love the song.
Radio's calling, they want natural vibes. I give it to them, give it to them, give it to them like a champion. Ooh.
You guys got it easy. You got kind of like a reggae kind of in your own family, own backyard, but how are you going to kind of change it up? Snipes.
Well, I would say we just put our own sound, our own natural sound to it, you know, and just rock the stage, you know.
Because we're going to do a little bit of reggae and hip-hop, you know, mix. So we're going to try to change it up with that by adding verses as well, you know.
Are we going to hear you sing more, girl?
Sure. In the background, you'll hear it. Yeah.
Do you want to hear some of the chorus as a pickup to get you in the vibe, or should I just put the music playing?
Yeah, play from like half the chorus.
Okay.
If you's a champion, #1 sound bumping in your system. So far, he told us that he was the producer of the track. He was actually singing on it, him and his wife. And he's been doing it for a lot of years.
Quite some time.
Did it surprise you, Snipes, when you saw him?
When I heard what you came up with, that was a big surprise. A big surprise. But you know what's funny? We actually guessed it before you even played it. Like, I bet you it's going to be a Jamaican vibe.
I said it.
Actually, yeah, Coda said it.
I was like, it's going to be a reggae vibe track. I bet you. But it is out of our element because we're hip-hop artists, right? So hip-hop and R&B. So
The first part of it, well, you just sang a different melody than usual. Yeah, you can try it again.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah. pressure's on.
Yes.
Pressure's on. Yeah, you got to give it everything, all you got right now. So I'm like in my own zone. I'm not watching anybody. I'm just focusing on the music and making sure we do the best song possible, you know? So that's what it means to me. Like, it's all about the song.
Give it to me, champion, renegade sound, love your vibes and me captain. Give it to me, champion, renegade sound, love your vibes and me captain.
Do you get nervous?
Very nervous. Because we don't want to go home.
I think the shot, if you rep the Caribbean and sorry, bring it back.
Yeah, I'm just getting the level still anyways.
Yeah, give it up to them. If you's a champion, #1 sound bumping in you.
I got some extra vocals happening that I gotta.
Only after I got him in the studio, really did I hear his full capability. I wasn't sure that it was going to work. At first, I haven't really worked with anyone like him before, so I'm just sort of, cracking the whip. So he's really pulling out all the stops, and we're kind of redesigning the structure of the song right now, and it's going to be completely different.
Next up, we have Famine.
Sitting with the rest of the competitors and playing all the other competitors' songs, you could hear like, okay, yeah, Colin's song sounds like Colin's song, and you got Entourage, they get a reggae beat, all right. Bijan's got some electro pop, and I get the theme from The Dark Knight Returns. And it's not even a song that has any kind of form that I can work with. There's no verse. I kept waiting for a chorus to come up, and there wasn't one. It's like this musical score that's not supposed to have any lyrics, so I was freaking out. I felt like, oh my God, people are messing with me. I thought someone was going to say, okay, you just got punked, but it never came, and it was, it's just so frustrating. Like, I know that this is a challenge for everybody, but I feel like I'm the only one who's getting really, really challenged here. Famines seems to be a great producer. Like, the score that he wrote is amazing. It sounds great. It's just my big challenge, I guess, is how do I make that into a top 40 or urban song? I don't know that I can. Well, it's a really dark song, and Famine was telling me about how he wants it to sound religious without sounding religious. So I have a lot of imagery in there about, like, kneeling at a temple of fates and being surrounded by mercy and all this other stuff, and it's really odd for me to be writing like that. It's not what I'm used to writing. I'm kind of a happy-go-lucky guy, or give me a love song, no problem. But this is definitely out of my comfort zone. It's actually kind of exciting. I do love new challenges, and again, I don't want to sound overly confident, but there's not a lot that my voice can't handle. So I think I'm up to the challenge. It's just the time constraint is probably the biggest thing for me, whereas everybody has a song with a form and they can just kind of start recording to it, whereas I have to stop and debate with Famine about, okay, what are we doing here? We actually have to write something, and that's a completely different challenge from everybody else, I think. It just, yeah.
I thought he was really young when I first met him, and I was curious to hear what kind of music he was into and what he was going to do. When I heard the lyrics that he wrote and how quickly he wrote them, I was really impressed, and the way he sang them, he was really tight. Yeah.
Joe had to jet, but he left his song with us. So here it is.
I really liked my song. Again, it's still not really what I'm used to, like, making as music. Like it's a kind of house dance, like, clubby song, which is normally not my style at all. But when I heard it, I was like, wow, I could totally work with this. Like, I could totally make this song my own. Angels are all around, but you can't see them. It's true. Caught a glimpse of one the other day, just as my friend. Opened my eyes just the other day. I tried to get up, but there's just no way. The arrangement mainly is what we did, which was a little, like, I don't think people expected a lot, especially from a rap song. Just the way we set it up is a little, not the generic, like, verse, chorus, verse, two choruses, and it's done. Like, we've kind of done some cool things with it just because there was a lot of different breakdowns and, you know, pre-choruses and bridges, like, throughout the song. So we just thought we'd kind of, like, blend it all together. And also, of course, the rapping, like, which was not in the song before too. So
you can just kind of after like the second verse, and then I'll just mess around with the other stuff.
Okay.
I don't know how you want to do this. Like, I know on a lot of, like, when rappers rap on, like, clubbies, songs like this, they make, like, the vocals really thick. So should we do, like, a few, like, layers, I guess?
Yeah, let's do some layers.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
I have a producer back home, so I usually just come in, either he throws me an instrumental and be like, rap on this, or I'll be like, hey, I have this idea, what can we work with this? But this is the first producer who's been like, you know, this is a full song with, you know, lyrics and all, what can you do with it? So yeah, we took out a lot of the vocals actually and kept a few in just to add, I guess, that aspect of it. But yeah.
Before you guys can move on, I thought I would just check in with you here and just kind of see how things are going. So from what I hear, you guys already got a couple scratch tracks down. You got a game plan as to how you're going to get the vocals
I
down.
got two verses.
Excellent. And as I predicted, it sounds to me like you're going to go focus on the verses and then just a couple ad-libs or something like that over parts of the chorus, and that's cool.
That's what I figured.
Like you said, a call and response thing. So it's like almost he's singing on top of that song.
Yeah. I really like the idea of layering too. I think that'll really, because the vocal already has a very produced sound that's in the track. So if you guys can layer up and get even just like a really nice layer, like double, triple,
that's what I was thinking too.
Kind of tucked in with a few effects on it, I think it'll actually fit the song really well. So does that sound like what you guys are thinking?
That's what I was thinking too.
Excellent. Okay, well we have you squeezed in the back here, and you guys are making the best use of this back storage room that I've ever seen in the studio to this time. So the thing about this dance clubby genre, I guess, most of my songs I like to make very, I guess, deep and like a lot more meaningful and a lot more lyrical and a lot like, but at the same time that style is also very hard to listen to over a clubby beat like that, like using crazy vocabulary and just talking about, like, I don't know, deep stuff on a beat like this. So the real challenge for me is
writing something that will suit the genre, but also writing something that lyrically I'm still happy with. So lyrically, I don't think I'm compromising myself and being like, okay, I'm just selling out and writing to a club beat for the radio. I don't want to do that. I still want to, keep my style and keep, I guess, the way I make music, but something that will still suit the song.
I say la 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 emotion.
That was so sick.
Wow. Yeah, and I swear I saw one, an angel, stranger without a flaw, and red light got stranger stopping. Why you staring like I got an option? Get to know her, what she like, sitting at a keyboard, just my type, yeah. And she sings like an angel sound. She could make the clouds colors raining down. So she's one of a kind. Then I got another one on my mind. One time, look right what I happen to find. Another angel was passing me by. Someone tell me what to feel, cause for that girl word I gotta love that's real. But yo, what's the deal? Not trying to rush, but still, can I have you too? You got looks to kill.
I was really hoping that she would be extremely open-minded to a sort of a genre change that would certainly, encompass a lot of what she's about. And, I was pleasantly surprised that immediately she was vibing off the tune.
Looking or hearing their songs, and then yours came up. What'd you think?
Well, when the beat first started playing, I wasn't sure, but once it started to kick in, I thought it was gonna be like house music, and it's slightly different. But as Steve was telling me, it's called garage music, which is kind of like a cousin of like house music, which is actually fascinating for me because I actually wanted to head that direction with my music because I'm like R&B pop, so pop dance going into house, it like kind of works, so I was kind of excited. I was really excited to like get into that and do something different. I know it's gonna be kind of on the dark side. I'm gonna try and get like a sonic sound, like the electro kind of sound, which is different for me, so that's what I'm gonna do. I got to know him first. He asked me, a bit about myself. He showed me his music, then I showed him my music, and then his beat was like 7 minutes long, so we had to cut down that in half. So we kind of picked out the parts that had a lot of switch ups, and then the parts that were repeated a lot, we cut those out. So we got the arrangement of the song, so that's there. And then today or last night, it was basically time for me to like get a hold of my ideas and put something on it. So we're good. As far as the beat, there might be like very minor changes, but I think it's pretty much solid now, so we know where we're going.
So I guess I should kind of check in with you guys and see. I know you're kind of just getting to the next step here. How is it all looking for you?
It's good. I had some ideas that I came up with last night in lyrics. So
yeah, I was going to ask you, how did that go? Like with taking some of the stuff back and working with it on your own laptop?
I just think personally, I have like a different and unique sound. So I'm just gonna be me on it, and then that's what I'm gonna give, because you can only be yourself, and I think that's what will stand out, and people will be like, yeah, that's Honey.
Like the worst day of my life, I wanna sit up in my room and cry, yeah. Can you feel the pain I feel inside?
We finalized our arrangement. I think we're in agreement in how the arrangement's going to go, because we cut a whole bunch of time out of the original.
Yeah, reduced it to more of a pop song format.
Yeah, exactly. So.
And I kind of want to be me, but do different things so that I'm versatile. And I don't want to stay in the box, because I consider myself an artist, not just an R&B or a pop or a gospel or a neo soul singer. So
it's fighting the vocal in a couple places.
Yeah,
that's good. That takes a lot of pressure away.
Yeah, I mean, there's a few things I'm going to do globally. I think maybe just sort of carve out some 2 to 3K frequency, just so her voice sits in there a bit. But that's stuff I'm thinking.
That can be
about
done in the mixing and even in the mastering process as well too.
Yeah, it's basically about putting the right pieces in the right order.
Coming up, the final four present their songs.
Hi. Hi. Shine, come on and let it shine. Light me up.
The contestants try to relax before presenting their songs. Upstairs are the judges, Andrew Yankuski from Precursor Productions, recording artist Kid Canada, and Chris Sharp, show executive producer.
Bernard's song actually is just unbelievable.
Okay, so here comes Twist of Fate, the remix.
I just keep thinking that everyone just did so good on this challenge. And I don't want to be the one to go home.
John,
What's going on?
how you doing?
Good. How are you?
See you again. Great.
So,
now tell us a little bit about how you're feeling about the remix now compared to when you first heard the tune. Any difference?
Kind of. This song is really out of my style a lot. It's kind of like a house dance kind of track. But when I heard it, I just loved it. I was like, wow, this is such a good song. The song's called Angels, and it's about how you see angels everywhere, which are beautiful girls. And you just want to have all of them, but you just can't. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like something people can relate to, for sure, right? But it's something, like, I wanted to make sure that lyrically, like, because that's a big thing for me. Most of my songs are very lyrically sound, and that's what I kind of take pride in a lot. So I wanted to make sure that I still had the lyrical composition.
Yeah, and I swear I saw one, an angel stranger without a flaw, and red light got strangers stopping. Why you staring like I got an option? Get to know her, what she like, sitting at a keyboard, just my type, yeah. And she sings like an angel sound. She can paint the clouds, colors raining down. Suppose she's one of a kind. Then I got another one on my mind. One time, look right, what I happen to find. Another angel was passing me by. Someone tell me what to feel, cause for that girl word, I gotta love this real. But yo, what's the deal? Not trying to rush, but still, can I have you too? You got looks to kill.
I think it's a fantastic experience, solely because, like, to have made it even this far, you know what I mean? It's amazing. Like, all the experiences, all the people we've met, all the connections we've made, that's what it's all about. It's about networking, you know what I mean?
Hey, Mr. Colin Response, how you doing?
Fantastic. How are you doing?
Good. So, talk to us.
All right,
Rap
so-
to us a little bit about your remix that you had to undertake.
I wanted to get inside of the song.
Okay.
You know? So that's I guess I was the only person who got the song who had lyrics going through the entire thing.
Okay.
So what I decided to do is to work with those lyrics.
Okay.
Right? So it talks about she's talking about some guy's relationship with his faith and how it's kind of conflicting on his, like, how he's living his life. Right? So I took that, and instead of making it just her kind of telling a story. I more made it a dialogue. So I'm in there, and she's also still in there, kind of talking back and forth.
Right.
Call and response, right? If the chains of hell were my belief, I surely know they drag me down to fire and brimstone. The only hell I believe I know is alone. When inspiration takes its leave, what it all do you have left? You ask. The empty cavern where my heart used to lie, now withered in my chest. But it's a new day, small and afraid of how to turn out.
Don't get lost now.
Don't get lost now.
It's a new dawn, still tired and worn from the night before. I don't mean it all to be who I am, but sometimes you can't help but try.
I don't know, it's a tough decision and everybody's track sounds really good. And I don't know, I guess we're gonna have to see what happens.
Hello.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm good, how are you?
Great, great, great. So, we're ready to hear, actually before we do start listening, give us a little background on this song that you chose to remix.
Okay, the producer I was working with, he's a DJ and he DJs for garage music, so the song that I have, that genre is garage music.
Okay.
And yeah.
And how far out of your element did that take you?
I thought it was, at first I thought it was going to be cool, but it was actually really challenging because when I got to know the dynamics of like what that music is about, it was like completely different from what I'm used to.
I see.
Yeah.
I see. All right.
Would you say it's a bit of a learning experience then?
Yes,
also,
definitely.
So taking on that kind of a song for you?
Yes, definitely.
It's always good to challenge yourself
Yes,
as an artist,
yes.
as a musician. You feel comfortable with the outcome?
Yeah, I love it.
All right.
I love it.
I like that. Confidence is key.
Yes.
I'm just ready to hear the remix. I'm just ready to hear the remix.
All right. Oh, we're ready to go.
Okay. Without further ado,
let's hear the remix.
Let's hear the
remix.
Just Under the Wire Gush remix here.
Like the worst day of my life. You're not gonna see me sit around and cry, yeah. Still feel me when I hurt inside. Cause the pain I'm feeling gives me reason to fight. Another man who loves me will take care of me. Maybe change your plans, no stressing. I'm worth it to keep. Let go my hand. I'm ready to move on up. Pack your bags and hit the door. It's time to let you know. Time to go. I thought I'd let you know. Gotta let you go. At the end of the day, I'ma be alright. I shine all day, all through the night. Doesn't matter, you can put up a fight. I'ma tell you for the last time. Now it's time to go.
Here comes.
Toronto trio Entourage decide to wait downstairs and pray the judges like their song.
Wake up this morning and I'm feeling fine. The sun is shining and I'm living my life. Radio's calling, they want natural vibes. I give it to them, give it to them, give it to them like a champion. Whoa, I give it to them, give it to them, give it to them like a champion.
Yeah, give it up to them. If you's a champion, number one sound bumping in your system. Take a shot if you rap the Caribbean.
The judges like what they hear, and that makes Entourage's proud mama happy.
Everyday children gotta give thanks for what's given. No one knows what tomorrow may bring. Give a toast to life like it's my last drink. Feel a vibe when you step into my inner mind. Pull up select, bring it back one more time.
Who do the judges like? Find out after the break.
Let's go through who's staying. Let's put who's staying in on the floor or something like. So the first person here is.
Travis.
Get some friends, loser.
You alright, man? Character. Pass it on. Thanks. From the Foundation for a Better Life.
Andrew, can you give me a little bit of glimpse? Because you were actually here in the studio with them for the most part. How much time did they actually put into that remix? And
There's an interesting story about them because they were ahead of the game right up until the last day. But then their producer lost the previous day's work, which consisted of 2 of the 3 raps on the tune.
Wow.
And so they had to re-record those 2 raps when they really thought they were in the clear. They thought they were into mixing and that sort of thing. And they took that challenge on really well, though. Once again, they ended up being ahead of the game, and they were really definitely not the last to finish.
That's really good. And it was quick for them to adjust to the beat.
I think initially they were a little sad that they lost the takes, but I think once an artist has done it once, and they did have a render of it so they could refer back to the whole song, but they had to come back. So once they had done it once, I think once they got back into the groove, it was okay, but it was a little shocking.
So that's going into a little bit of the technical difficulty that they may have had. That's incredible.
But things happen, things pop up, and you got to.
And that can totally throw your vibe off, right?
Oh, definitely.
Now, okay, let's get to the meat and potatoes here. How did that make you guys feel?
I think it was well done on a level of, first off, they're hip-hop artists, you know what I'm saying? So to bring it to the reggae aspect, and they actually nailed it to a song that could be listened to by, you know what I'm saying?
They weren't doing any patois. I mean, they weren't doing any patois. They were a little. They were kind of.
There was a little.
The beat was reggae, but the vibe was reggae. But they were kind of doing a lot of melodies and rapping on it. So did it 100% blow me away, that remix? I would say it was very relaxing. It was very calming. It was very rhythmic. I felt the vibe. I did feel the vibe, but
there you go.
It wasn't my number one vibe.
I felt the vibe. I wasn't blown away.
They're very marketable. I mean, they look great, and they work well together. And they're brothers and sisters. So I mean, like it's a fantastic situation for them.
Well, I can tell you in the studio, they know each other. They know what to do. It's a very comfortable place. And it was neat to see Dave, their producer, get into that comfortable place. He was feeling it out at first, but very quickly he picked on the fact that they all get each other.
So the next person, let's go with is Bernard.
Bernard?
Any questions for me about Bernard? I can tell you guys some.
Yeah, let us know how he was in the studios, because it's kind of a
background.
Well, I think the way to start with Bernard is just when everybody's sitting on this couch, getting introduced to their songs. Everybody that had beats behind their songs was like a sigh of relief. Bernard's track comes up, and he's waiting for the beats to come. He's waiting for the symphonic intro to end, and it just doesn't happen. And you can see it's like they're trying to eliminate me. They're trying to make sure I don't.
They do not want to see me.
He looked really unhappy. You know, he looked like he was going to give it a shot. He's that kind of guy. But he looked like he felt he'd been given a raw deal. And I think some of the other contestants were like, poor Bernard. You know, why are these guys doing this to him? Now, I have a different take on it, but I want your reactions to that.
I think he rose to the occasion, definitely. Like, he did not know what he was going to do, or I would assume that he had no idea of what he was going to do, but sometimes that's when the best ideas come out, when you let it flow. So I think he did a really good job.
Okay, I love films, period.
Okay.
Now, that made me feel like I was listening to a film score with an orchestra behind it. It was actually pretty fantastic, and it wasn't to the point where it was boring. It was actually entertaining. I was engaged.
Definitely.
And sometimes when I'm listening to music, I close my eyes, and if I can close my eyes and kind of see the story, that's kind of what I got from that track.
Yeah, I have to say I'm extremely impressed by the transformation. You know, I was kind of passively discouraging the producers from attempting to redo a whole song. just because we had real severe time constraints, and the reality of running out of time is a much worse reality than maybe turning it down a notch and finishing something that, you know, doesn't show your full capabilities but gets close enough that people can be judged on it. And yet, he and Marty, once they got past, I think, the initial sort of discomfort level, really just sunk their teeth into this thing and just made it happen, you know. I think Bijan's our next victim.
Bijan.
I'm sorry. I think Bijan is very marketable. I think I think people would love him, and what he did on that track was very entertaining, very commercial, and I really liked it.
It was very commercial, but how much? See, with the beat, he already had, I believe, half of the commercial aspect. It was hidden in the beat, you know what I'm saying? The lyrics, I like the lyrics. I did like the lyrics, but during like the second verse, there was a couple of spots where it was like, you know, kind of fell off.
And seeing him work in the studio, he's very efficient. You know what I mean? He could have been really thrown off the first day without his producer being there. We had my business partner, Scott, substitute, and then he had to switch to actually meet the producer the second day.
Right.
And yet they managed to make that work, and it was a seamless transition. So he was very professional, very confident, and he was very comfortable going through the process. The only issue I have is one we've touched on already, is that yes, we've got a commercially viable song no matter what. We edited it to make it even more like not a club format, at least like a DJ format. But and it's hard to say what else they could have done with the song. But I don't know that originality and creativity are high marks on this one.
That's what I'm saying.
What I mean? Like,
that's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? Like, he didn't really step outside his comfort zone, and that's I guess my issue with it. Maybe he didn't feel he needed to. But
that's what the beat provided.
Exactly. That's just it.
Exactly.
Well, I don't know. He just something about him. It's just I think with a little bit more development and some work, this guy could be a star.
Call and response. This one's a real tough one for me. I need you guys to give me feedback on this because I am split two ways on this thing.
Go ahead. You can go first, Kate.
Now, like, there were points in that song that really clicked, and when they did click, it was like, that's what I want to hear throughout the whole song. And if I was to hear that, I think it would have blown me away. But there were spots where it was bumpy. Bumpy road, you know what I mean? And then you'd click, you'd see a little bit of light within that tunnel, you know what I mean? So, and that would be my biggest issue with it, and I don't know where to go with it because
the final product was flawed, is what you're saying.
It's a bumpy road, but you can hear a lot of potential in it, a lot.
I got the opposite.
Did you?
Feeling from Call and Response.
Did you?
To be honest, he is a great, I'd say, orator in the sense of how he presents what he's trying to present to you. Like, he did it in a way that was so unique. Just even though his voice was a little off key, for some reason it still sounded good. Like, it was just he had me captivated in that track.
I think the off key, it did sound good to certain points, but then when the female vocals came in, the matching was like, you know what I mean? It was kind of, it didn't fit proper.
I wanted more of that. Like that banter between him and the girl, but obviously there's a time
I like the two, but the vocal, as he said, it was out of his range, you know what I mean? Or it wasn't his regular range, and I think that's what I was hearing.
I think, ironically, maybe going in a bit more of a conservative direction might have helped him in this a little bit more. I like the fact that he put his stamp on it, but where I thought the stamp really worked was instrumentally. If you look at the original song, they added a piano to this. Even though there was a piano in the original, he added a whole new piano part. He added a whole new acoustic guitar part, two acoustic guitar parts. Drums were added with Megan's help. And they did half of the bass line again as well, too.
Wow.
Pretty ambitious. Next to Bernard, the most ambitious.
I believe creative, that was really well done.
And those parts, I thought,
well done.
really sat nicely for the amount of time they had. Once again, all of my concerns were about certain parts of the vocal that veered into his style. And I think, even though he talked a little about the integrity of the song, I don't know if they necessarily respected the vocal direction of the original song. So up next, and finally, we have Honey.
Honey.
Once again, another one that's, I'm on the fence on a few things here, guys. I need some fresh perspectives. I've been here immersed in this process. And that helps in some ways. In other ways, I need fresh ears. So tell me what you guys are hearing, what you're feeling.
To be honest, I wasn't blown away by the remix. Her capability is a lot stronger than what I heard in the actual track. So I'm kind of on the fence with this one with her.
And I think we meet same place because lyrically, I think it was good, but the strength, the power that was needed to come out of her, I didn't hear it on the song. Otherwise, I think it was well written, composed, I think it was well done.
It was clear to me that the wheels were turning, and took on a genre of music, which I think it was like a learning experience. I think it was like literally an educational, and I think she fully got into it in terms of like how much she enjoyed the song and wanted to work on it. I don't know that that really translated into the actual performance. And on the first day, they pretty much theorized and talked. I didn't record anything. I was concerned about that.
Really?
They recorded only on my prompting, recorded a little bit of stuff. I thought there was too much discussion, too much headspace, too much theorizing. And I think they might have just been the victim of the combination. I matched her up with Steve, and he's very deep that way too. He likes to discuss, he likes to get into it. And I think she was in that same headspace, and I think that it turned from let's get this done into let's talk about our musical enjoyment. And I think unfortunately, in a professional environment, sometimes you got to put that stuff aside, and you just got to get the work. You got to roll up your sleeves. So that was my feeling. So I think you guys picked up on that.
Okay, guys, we got to wrap this up. So let's go through who's staying. Let's put who's staying on the floor or something like. So the first person here is
the one that will be leaving us. Up next, it is the final announcement of the top 4.
Honesty. Pass it on.
I love all of you. I love you. I love you. All right. First of all, you have made all of us here at Urban Star so proud this week to do a remix in 3 days. For most of you, the first time ever. The producers, Andrew, all of our staff, the judges, have all admired all the hard work that you've put in. So whatever happens in these next few minutes, take away all the good things that you have learned in the last couple of weeks. You are our top 5 out of so many across the country. 4 of you will move on to next week, the final task for Urban Star, the last step to finding your dream come true. 1 of you, unfortunately, will go home. I will announce the one that will be leaving us today. Entourage. Honey, Bijan, Colin, Bernard, you're a top 4 moving on to next week. Group hug. Come on, everybody, group hug. That was one of the hardest things I had to do, was to say your name, Spike.
It's okay, it's an opportunity. You know, I enjoyed every moment of it, and it wasn't our time right now, and we'll get ours, you know?
Yeah.
We'll get our time.
You know what? You've always been, I think, a favorite, though, Quota and Primo, and we're going to miss you.
We're going to miss you guys, too. You know, like you said, it was a great opportunity. The judges had a hard decision to make, and they know what they're looking for, so I'm pretty sure they made a good decision, you know? Even though we would still want to continue on and show them what we have, but you know, somebody had to go home.
Oh, I know. And Quota, the song really, I mean, when you even heard the original mix that Dave did, I mean, you guys are hyped.
For sure, we're hyped and excited that it came out the way it did, you know?
Yeah. And it was so nice to see your mom.
Yes, it was. She had fun. It was a pleasure to have her too.
Special request all the girls from north, south, east, and west. From your body look good, I know you have the God bless. Rock wide, 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 wide. Whoa, yeah. Whoa, yeah. Wake up this morning and I'm feeling fine. The sun is shining and I'm living my life. Radio's calling, they want natural vibes. I give it to them, give it to them, give it to them like a champion. Whoa, I give it to them, give it to them, give it to them like a champion. Yeah,
give it up to them. If you's a champion, number one sound bumping in your system. Take a shot if you rap the Caribbean. To all my single mothers, independent. And all the fathers taking care of their children. Gotta give thanks for what's given. No one knows what tomorrow may bring. Give a toast to life like it's my last drink. Feel a vibe when you step into my inner mind. Pull up select, bring it back one more time.
Wake up this morning and I'm feeling fine. The sun is shining and I'm living my life. Radio's calling, they want natural vibes. I give it to them, give it to them, give it to them like a champion. Whoa, I give it to them, give it to them, give it to them like a champion. Yeah.
The sinners keep sinning, that's what the haters is winning. Trying to set example to all my innocent children. I get them to a system, trying to maintain my existence. Hoping for a change in this new generation. Mama keeps crying cause their kids keep dying. Innocent bystanders, they hit by the iron. Immigrants are trapped, they can't leave without a visa. It's been a long time since I see my grandmother. Life's too short, so I'm closer to my father. My people is suffering, but nobody bothers. Trying to lock me down like I can't cross the border. Trying to lock me down like I can't cross the border. Yeah.
Wake up this morning and I'm feeling fine. The sun is shining and I'm living my life.
I'm kind of like speechless right now. I'm still gathering.
All right, that's an idea.
I know, it's sad. That's my family, man. They're gone.
Yeah, I know.
But we're still going.
Yeah.
And I don't know what else to say right now. My heart's still like.
I was just telling the guys that that just shows the caliber of what we had in the top 5, where it could have been anybody, you know, like really at the drop of a hat, it could have been any one of us because we're all just that good.
You're on your journey, right? Whether you leave today or whether you leave whenever, or whether you've already left. Like you're on your journey.
Whenever everyone goes home, it's all gotta be with positive stuff because it's been a great experience meeting everyone anyway. So.
Here they are, your final 4 for Urban Star: Bijan, Call and Response, Honey, and Bernard. Good luck. You all move on to next week. It is our final challenge here for Urban Star, and you move one step closer to your dream.
We got it.
Who will be the next Urban Star? You'll find out next week.
Bernard.
Bernard.
Honey.
Bernard.
Honey.